Hey guys, this is Jessmosis again, and today I'm going to be talking about something I really haven't gotten in depth about, but I have shown previous videos of a little bit, bits and pieces here and there. I'm sure you can catch it on some of my livestock updates, but I kind of wanted to go more in depth on what I have in my tank as far as a cleanup crew. So that's what this video is going to be about. But before we jump into that, I want to say a shout out to you guys. Again, for the subscribes and the comments and the likes that I've gotten since my 100 subscribers video. And speaking of the 100 subscribers video, I do want to mention I'm still open for you guys to put in videos for me to feature you guys. If you want to know more about it or you want to see the 100 sub video, I'll leave a card up top and you guys can check that out. But I do want to feature you guys in a video. I want to see y'all's tank. I've already gotten one of my local reef buddies into it, and I've gotten some footage on that, so I'll be able to share his tank. But I want more people to kind of, engage and let's have fun with it. So that being said, if you haven't subbed yet and you've been enjoying the videos, feel free to sub, give a like, give a comment. So that being said, let's jump into it and let's see what I have in this tank. So first up, I want to talk about shrimp. So I have two shrimps in my tank. I have a cleaner shrimp and a fire shrimp. And the first one I'm going to be showing you is my cleaner shrimp. Now, the good things about having this shrimp are they're, number one, my favorites of the tank. I love them so much. I have named them after one of my favorite shows called Wayne. But they are really good for cleaning fish of parasites and stuff like that. And this one really likes doing that a ton. It's mainly on my my yellow watchman goby, and they're really good for eating leftover foods. And like I said, they're just downright cool. And the next one I'm going to be showing you is my fire shrimp, and this one's really cool. He's very similar to the cleaner shrimp. He does all the stuff that the cleaner shrimp does, just doesn't do it as much. But he is very beautiful. So as you see, the cleaner shrimp is obviously cleaning my yellow goby. So next are my hermits. So I added hermits mainly because I had a lot of hair algae issues at a certain point in my tank. Also, one of my best friends loves hermit crabs. She keeps landing hermits, and I also thought it was really cool to add these in to kind of show her what water hermits were like, and she loves them. But the blue hermits are what I added into the tank, and I added these mainly because they have been deemed more peaceful than the red-legged hermits, and that's the main reason why I purchased these guys. And these guys have been amazing and have not bothered anything in the tank, so I love them, I enjoy them, they're great. So next up, I'll be showing off my snails. So snails are really cool, and I still keep them even with hermits because, like hermits, they eat algae well, but unlike hermits, they can graze on the glass, which is a huge benefit over top the hermits when it comes to glass cleaning. And first up, I'll be showing off my Mexican turbo snail. I really like these guys. They're super hungry eaters. They are almost always active and always grazing, which I think is awesome, which means they're getting that algae and making sure your tank stays clean. My biggest con about this guy is being such a big snail. They like to bulldoze things over. So if you don't have very secure type of corals, and there's been many times that I've come home and seen a coral in the sand, and I know who the culprit is my Mexican turbo snail knocking things over. So that means I just have to glue them down appropriately and make sure they're secure. Second up is my Astrea snail. Now these guys are just as beneficial as the Mexican turbo snail, but they aren't as active and not always grazing as the Mexican, but they have a neat design on their shell, so I just wanted to add some different perspectives, so that's why I have the Astrea snail. So third up, I have the Nasaria snail. I really don't see these much during the day. They like to hide a lot, which will bring me to my next point of these guys. They do like to bury themselves in the sand, which I think is really cool. It helps churn that sand over and helps keep that sand fresh. And ideally, I don't think I have enough of these in my tank. I want more. I'll probably be adding more of these guys to my tank in the future. And this is probably by far my favorite snail that I have. So last but not least is my Stomatella snails. Now, I don't hear a lot of people talking about these guys, and I didn't know anything about them until I actually had them in my tank. They multiply like crazy. They almost look like slugs, but these guys are really cool snails. They are everywhere in my display tank, everywhere in my sump, but they don't show themselves during the day. They don't really show themselves in the display tank much until at night, which means they don't distract from the main tank at all and from the beauty of the rest of the tank. Next up are my cucumbers. Now these guys are really cool and really neat creatures. They can become extremely toxic if they die in your tank, so it's suggested that you run carbon like I do to help aid in this issue. But the cool things about these guys, as I have two in my tank, they help churn the sand. They pretty much eat the sand and poop out these little pellets wherever they are. Now another cool thing about this is they shapeshift to massive sizes or smaller sizes, which actually aid in getting in those crevices that we can't get with our turkey baster to churn that sand to help clean that substrate. Now, these guys have a very unique defense mechanism that I hope I never experience in my tank. They can pretty much shoot out their insides. It's almost like a web. I think I googled it once and it was kind of unique looking, but whenever they are in distress, they will shoot out their insides and aiding in their defense. So next up, I have my starfish. Now these guys are cool, just like everything else I have in my tank. I enjoy them. So I have 3 serpent starfish. I had bought one and the others were hitchhikers, and they are extremely small. They're hard to find, but they have been living and surviving. When I first saw the starfish in the LFS, I thought the owner had about 5 worms in his hand. Then he explained to me that it was just a starfish, and like me, they were only $12, so I ended up purchasing him. So going in depth about the starfish, they can make quick work of any uneaten meaty foods throughout your tank. An example, if you overfeed or unfortunately have a fish die, he will make sure that he cleans this up appropriately so your tank doesn't have a huge ammonia spike. They like to hide all the time, but do come out like this during the day when you feed. Then when you feed, they're all over and they move extremely fast. That's what I really like about this starfish over other starfish. They don't cling to the side of the glass. They're not trying to eat fish. They're not, they're extremely peaceful. And they hide, like I said, but they're so cool when they come out. I enjoy them so much. And they'll go nuts and run throughout the tank whenever I feed, like I said. So they're just mesmerizing to watch and are great scavengers. So this guy is always a big benefit to have in your tank. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for me on this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have, feel free to hit that sub, that like, give me that cool comment, whatever it is. Make me a better reefer. If you had questions, just feel free to ask questions down below. And like I said earlier in the video, if you guys are interested in being in one of my future videos coming up, I am putting a video together featuring you guys. And if you want to have more information about that, you can either check out my 100 sub video or look down below and you can email me and get more information from me on that. So thanks for checking me out, guys. Take care. Peace. So guys, thank you for checking out my channel as always. I am Jessmosis. Feel free to click on the little circle that has my stupid face on it. Subscribe to me if you enjoyed the video. And if you want to see some of my previous videos, I will give one description of the previous video before this one. And if you see a second video, it's because there's another video after this video. So thank you for checking me out. As always, Reef on.